Inception movie review 15 years later. When Inception premiered in 2010, it wasn't just another blockbuster release, it was a cinematic event. By that point, Christopher Nolan had already built a reputation for intelligent, tightly crafted films such as Memento and The Dark Knight. With Inception, he set out to combine large-scale spectacle with original storytelling, something rare in a Hollywood climate dominated by sequels and adaptations. The gamble paid off. Made it on a budget of around $160 million, the film grossed more than $830 million worldwide and was both a critical and commercial triumph. It earned 8 Academy Award nominations, winning 4, and cemented Nolan's status as one of the few directors who could bring ambitious ideas to a mass audience. At its heart, Inception is a heist film, but instead of robbing banks, the characters infiltrate dreams. That premise alone set it apart. But Nolan elevated it with dazzling visuals, practical effects, and a layered structure that challenged viewers without losing them entirely. Its ambiguous ending ensured that discussion continued long after people left the theater. Today, more than a decade later, Inception is considered a modern classic, an example of how bold, original cinema can thrive at the highest level. Inception follows Dom Cobb, Leonardo DiCaprio, a skilled thief who specializes in extraction, stealing secrets from people's subconscious during dreams. Haunted by personal tragedy and forced into exile, Cobb is offered one last job that could clear his name. Instead of stealing an idea, he must plant one. This near-impossible act is called Inception. To succeed, Cobb assembles a team. Arthur, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, manages operations. Ariadne, Elliot Page, designs the dreamscapes. Eames, Tom Hardy, handles deception. Yusuf, Dilip Rao, provides the chemistry that sustains the dream state. And Saito, Ken Watanabe, the employer, insists on joining. Their target is Robert Fisher, heir to a corporate empire. The mission takes them into multiple dream layers, each with its own rules, dangers, and distortions of time. The deeper they go, the harder it becomes to tell dreams from reality. Cobb's unresolved grief threatens to collapse everything, blurring the line between personal redemption and professional success. The film combines heist thrills with philosophical depth. It is both an action spectacle and a meditation on memory, perception, and belief. Its structure rewards attention while still providing enough clarity for audiences to follow the layered narrative. Direction and storytelling style. Christopher Nolan's direction is the engine behind Inception. He takes a high-concept premise and grounds it in a familiar genre, the heist. By framing dream infiltration like a job with planning, roles, and execution, Nolan ensures audiences can follow the story even when the layers become complex. Nolan's storytelling is precise and ambitious. He balances exposition with momentum, introducing the rules of dream manipulation gradually through Ariadne's perspective. The pacing builds steadily toward a climax where multiple dream layers unfold simultaneously, each at a different speed. Nolan orchestrates this sequence with clarity, weaving timelines together without losing coherence. Visually, Nolan prefers practical effects, giving weight to surreal imagery. The rotating hallway fight and real stunts in the snowbound fortress sequence anchor the film in realism. CGI is used sparingly, most memorably in the folding city, and always in service of the narrative rather than spectacle alone. Stylistically, Inception feels both cerebral and visceral. Nolan challenges the audience to think while delivering large-scale action sequences that satisfy as pure cinema. His preference for IMAX cameras, long takes, and practical set pieces creates immersion, making dream worlds feel tangible. The result is a film that is both a puzzle and a blockbuster, one of Nolan's most carefully engineered works. Performances and casting choices. The ensemble cast of Inception elevates the material. Leonardo DiCaprio as Cobb brings emotional weight to the story. Cobb is brilliant yet haunted, and DiCaprio plays him with intensity and vulnerability. His grief grounds the spectacle in something human. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Arthur provides balance. Calm, efficient, and precise, Arthur contrasts with Cobb's turmoil. His zero-gravity hallway fight highlights both the character's discipline and Gordon-Levitt's physical commitment. Elliot Page as Ariadne is the audience surrogate. As the architect of the dreamscapes, Ariadne asks the questions we need answered. Page portrays her with intelligence and empathy, making her more than an exposition device. She becomes Cobb's moral anchor. Tom Hardy as Eames injects charm and wit. His confidence and playful banter lighten the tone, and Hardy's charisma ensures Eames steals every scene he's in. Ken Watanabe as Saito brings gravitas. As the man funding the mission, he grounds the stakes in corporate power but also becomes integral to Cobb's fate. Marion Cotillard as Mal is unforgettable. As a projection of Cobb's subconscious, she is both alluring and terrifying. Cotillard's performance embodies grief and menace, giving shape to Cobb's inner struggle. Cillian Murphy as Fisher adds surprising depth to the target of the mission, humanizing what could have been a mere plot device. Together, the cast ensures the film never feels cold. Each character brings distinct energy, creating a believable team dynamic. Cinematography and technical achievements. Wally Pfister's Oscar-winning cinematography gives Inception its distinctive look. The film employs a sleek, cool palette that emphasizes realism while still allowing for surreal moments. Each dream layer is visually distinct. The bustling city, the elegant hotel, the snowy fortress. This visual variety helps audiences track the complex narrative. Iconic sequences include the folding city of Paris, which bends upon itself in a striking display of CGI, and the rotating hallway fight, achieved with a massive rotating set. Nolan's preference for practical effects lends these moments authenticity, making the impossible feel tangible. Editing by Lee Smith is another triumph. The climax weaves together events happening across several dream layers at different speeds. Cross-cutting between timelines maintains coherence while building extraordinary tension. Production design enhances immersion. Cobb's crumbling dreamscapes reflect his fractured psyche, while Fisher's snowy fortress evokes espionage thrillers. Each environment is carefully crafted, emphasizing both realism and dream logic. What makes the technical achievements stand out is their integration. Nothing is done for spectacle alone. Every visual choice serves the story or themes. The film looks dazzling but never gratuitous. Its balance of practical stunts and visual effects set a new standard for blockbuster filmmaking. Sound design and score. Sound plays a crucial role in Inception. The sound design is precise, from the muted weight of dreamscapes to the sharp crack of gunfire. Silence is also used strategically, creating tension before explosive action. Hans Zimmer's score became iconic. The now famous Brilliance, the resonant brass blast, became a defining sound of modern cinema, endlessly imitated in trailers. Beyond its power, Zimmer's score is intricately tied to the story. The music is built from a slowed-down version of Edith Piaf's Non, je ne regrette rien, the same song used in the film to signal a return from dreams. This clever integration reflects the film's exploration of time distortion. Zimmer also provides emotional depth. The track Time, played in the finale, has become one of his most celebrated compositions. Its gradual build captures both grandeur and intimacy, mirroring Cobb's journey from guilt to acceptance. The marriage of sound design and score makes Inception not just a visual, but also an auditory experience. It immerses viewers in a way few blockbusters achieve. Themes and philosophical undertones. Beneath the action and spectacle, Inception is rich with ideas. Nolan layers themes throughout, ensuring the story resonates on multiple levels. Dreams versus reality. The central tension lies in distinguishing reality from illusion. The dreamscapes are so vivid that characters and audiences question whether waking life is any more real. The spinning top encapsulates this theme, leaving viewers unsettled about the boundaries of perception. The power of ideas. The concept of inception itself, planting an idea, reflects how thoughts shape identity and behavior. Ideas are intangible yet transformative. Nolan highlights their resilience, suggesting that once seeded, they grow independently. The film becomes a metaphor for how beliefs, ideologies, or even stories influence us. Time and subjective experience dreams distort time, stretching seconds into years. This plays into Nolan's fascination with temporal perception. It raises questions about what defines a meaningful life, the objective passing of time or the subjective weight of experience. Memory and guilt. Cobb's journey is rooted in grief. Mal, as a projection of his subconscious, embodies his inability to move on. Memory here is double-edged, comforting yet destructive. The film suggests healing requires confronting and releasing the past. Control and chaos. Dreams offer control, the ability to design worlds. Yet the subconscious often rebels, introducing chaos. This tension reflects broader questions about human life. How much control do we truly have, and how much is dictated by forces beneath awareness? Collaboration. The heist structure emphasizes teamwork. Each character represents a specific skill, but success depends on trust and coordination. Nolan highlights how complex goals require collective effort. Ambiguity. The ambiguous ending is not a gimmick, but an extension of the themes. By refusing to clarify reality, Nolan invites audiences to question their own definitions of truth. This keeps the film alive in debate years later. Cinema as dream on a meta level, the film can be read as an allegory for filmmaking. Cobb is the director, Ariadne the production designer, Eames the actor, Yusuf the technician, and Saito the producer. The target, Fisher, becomes the audience, who receives the planted idea. Inception thus reflects on cinema itself as a shared dream. These themes make the film more than entertainment. It engages intellectually, emotionally, and even philosophically, ensuring its longevity. Cultural impact and legacy. Inception left an indelible mark on cinema and culture. At release, it grossed over $830 million and earned 8 Oscar nominations, proving original ideas could thrive at blockbuster scale. Its success expanded Nolan's influence and inspired studios to back more ambitious projects. Culturally, it sparked conversation. The ambiguous ending became one of the most debated in film history, inspiring articles, forums, and academic essays. Concepts like dreams within dreams entered popular vocabulary, while imagery like the spinning top became instantly iconic. Hans Zimmer's score had enormous influence. The Bram sound became ubiquitous in trailers, shaping Hollywood's sonic language for a decade. The film's sound design and visual innovation also influenced subsequent blockbusters. Academically, Inception has been studied in philosophy, psychology, and film courses. It raises questions about reality, perception, and memory that extend beyond cinema into intellectual discourse. Its legacy is also meta. By constructing a story about planting ideas, Nolan delivered a film that planted its own idea into the cultural imagination. More than a decade later, Inception remains a reference point for ambitious storytelling and a benchmark for films that want to balance intellect with spectacle. Strengths of the film. Originality, a rare blockbuster built on an entirely new concept. Direction. Nolan balances cerebral storytelling with thrilling spectacle. Performances. DiCaprio anchors the film emotionally. Hardy, Cotillard, and others add depth and variety. Cinematography. Wally Pfister's Oscar-winning work makes each dream layer distinct and immersive. Practical effects. The rotating hallway fight remains a high point of modern action filmmaking. Score. Hans Zimmer's soundtrack is unforgettable, blending grandeur with emotion. Themes. Raises questions about reality, memory, and the power of ideas. Rewatch value. Designed to reward multiple viewings with new details. These combined strengths make Inception one of the most distinctive and enduring films of the 21st century. Weaknesses or criticisms. Despite its acclaim, Inception is not flawless. Complexity. Some viewers find the rules overwhelming, especially on a first watch. Exposition. The heavy reliance on dialogue to explain mechanics can feel unnatural. Emotional distance. While Cobb's arc is powerful, supporting characters lack development beyond functional roles. Ambiguity. The open ending, praised by many, frustrates viewers who prefer closure. Tone. The film's seriousness can feel cold or self-indulgent to those looking for lighter storytelling. These flaws don't diminish its achievements but help explain why the film remains divisive despite its success. Who this film is for. Inception is best suited for viewers who enjoy intellectually stimulating films with spectacle. If you like puzzles, layered narratives, and stories that spark debate, this is essential viewing. Science fiction fans will appreciate its exploration of dreams and consciousness, while action fans will enjoy its practical stunts and large-scale set pieces. It may not appeal to those who prefer straightforward narratives, humor-driven stories, or definitive endings. Viewers seeking light entertainment may find it too dense. Approach the film with patience and openness. The experience rewards attention and reflection, offering both immediate thrills and long-term resonance. Final verdict and rating. Inception is one of the defining films of modern cinema. Christopher Nolan combines originality, technical mastery, and thematic depth in a way few blockbusters attempt. The result is a film that entertains while provoking thought, immersing audiences in dreamscapes that feel both spectacular and meaningful. Its strengths: visionary direction, strong performances, groundbreaking visuals, and Hans Zimmer's unforgettable score cement its place as a modern classic. Its themes of reality, memory, and the power of ideas ensure it resonates beyond the screen. Its flaws, complexity, heavy exposition, and emotional distance are tied to its ambition. For some, these make it challenging. For others, they enhance its richness. More than a decade after release, it continues to inspire discussion and analysis, proof of its cultural and cinematic impact. I would rate this movie a 9 out of 10. It is a bold, thought-provoking, and visually stunning achievement that rewards both the mind and the senses. That's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed our deep dive into Inception reviewed 15 years later. If you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. It really helps others find the show. Bye.